lovers, and welcome to the Take5 art journal collaboration for January. Woohoo! And I am on time. Yay! I made it. I'm so happy I made it. Yes! So first of all, I want to tell you the prompts. The prompts for this month were chosen by the lovely Windy. She is also linked down below, just like the 12 other ladies where we are doing this challenge with. The first prompt is coffee or tea. Second prompt is pink. Third prompt, yarn or lace. Fourth is stamping. And the fifth, I'm going to butcher this word because I can't pronounce it right, literature quote. And I started off with my distress oxides, and that means that I'm doing the prompt pink right now. I am using the colors Squeezed Lemonade, Tattered Rose and Worn Lipstick, but don't you worry, all the products are also listed down below, just like all of the ladies. I would love it if you would check them out. I really enjoyed doing this challenge with these ladies, and we will continue doing this next year, so I'm really happy about that. And I wanted to make a gradient effect because I already had an idea in mind when I saw the prompt literature quote. Like I said, I can't pronounce that right. So I'm just working on my background. This is some Cosmic Shimmer Mist in Rich Gold. I'm taking it easy on myself because I haven't art journaled in so long, and I'm still not recovered from my anemia. So I thought I would just take it like chill and relaxed. So now I'm going to do the second prompt, which is stamping. And I'm using an Archival Ink in coffee color. So that is my cheat on the coffee or tea prompt. I used the coffee color because I just want to make some art, and I didn't want to make it very hard for myself because my uptime in a day is not that big. So I wanted to do it, but don't be totally stressed about it or get crazy if you don't understand. So now I'm taking the lace and I'm going to trim this. I bought this at Action a long time ago, so it's in my stash for a long time. And I thought it would be fun to mirror the pages, just like the background is kind of mirrored. So that is what I'm doing, and I'm just going to attach it with my stapler. I don't know what to do on the back side yet with the staples, but you can always cover it up, so I'm not worried about that. And talking about covering up, you will see a huge, but I mean huge mistake later on in this video, and you will see how I will solve that problem. So that is also a good one. It was just one of those things, you know, I'm like, oh. So I'm just going to staple the lace down and have a little bit of a go. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, and as this is going on online on the 31st, I want to wish you a wonderful New Year's Eve, and I hope you will have a great 2019. So these are cutouts from the Flow book for paper lovers. I believe it's from 2 years ago, the book. But I remembered it had these amazing lights, and I cut these out already in the summer, so it was easy. I just had to grab them and I collaged them. I don't know, how do you call this? Words are hard. And now I'm going just to stick them down with some Tombow Mono liquid glue. And this is, I chose these because of my prompt, which you will see, my quote, which you will see later on in the video. For now, I did 4 prompts. So I only need to do the quote. I am using my T-squared ruler to make some guidelines to write my quote on. It was a long time ago that I did write my quote like this. So it was a little bit nerve-wracking to do this, but I managed. And I'm just going for it. So I searched, the first thing I thought of was a quote of Harry Potter because I love the Harry Potter books. I don't know if this quote was actually in the book, but I think I cheated a little bit there. But for me, it is like, although it was set in the movies, Harry Potter is a book series. So that is why I call this my literature quote. And it says, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. And I love this quote. It's one of my favorites. And I am just writing this with my Faber Castell Pitt artist pen in bold, which I love to use for these kinds of quotes. And now in a little bit you will see my mess up. Right here, Rembers. So I wrote Rembers. I didn't write remembers. No, I wrote Rembers. And oh, that's my alarm. And I didn't know how to fix it because I had this wonderful idea that it would fit in between the lights, but it didn't. So I had to cover it up. So I'm taking a piece of scrap paper and I'm drawing the line so the word wouldn't be bigger than I had intent to do. And I'm so sorry for my hair, but I like to be on top of my project with my nose. So I wrote it in the correct way, I hope. I really hope there are no other spelling mistakes because it really got me triggered. But then I figured if one word is like that, you know it is a cover-up. So I am also writing the word light in this way. And I'm going to also write that with my Faber Castell Pitt artist pen. And I'm going to tear up the paper because I really like that look. And I thought it would look more organic that way and not as straightforward because I feel it's more like an organic page. But the quote is also the reason why I chose the lights, to turn on the lights. I thought it was a fun pun. So I'm lucky that this was almost the right size, but I need to find something to cover up the little black lines that are still showing underneath the white word. So I will find something for that later on. But then I saw these two and I thought, but I like everything in threes, so I also need to write another word in this way. First I'm going to erase my pencil lines. I always like to heat set my Faber Castell Pitt artist pens before I do something like that because they might smudge. It takes a little while to dry, and especially on mixed media, and I didn't want to make it worse than it already was with my Rembers. So yeah, this is what I'm fiddling around with the word light. Does it fit properly? Is it okay like this? And now I'm going to write happiness, and I'm going to make sure that it is big enough to cover up the whole happiness, which is a shame because I really love how I wrote that happiness on there, but it didn't work in the greater picture. I needed something white over there as well, so that is why I'm doing this, and I'm going to do this exactly the same as the other words, so not that difficult. And now I'm going to rip up the paper again. Like I said, I like to heat set it before I do something like that, because I smudged things in the past so much because I'm too impatient to wait. And I was lucky that the word fits perfectly over there. I'm really happy it did. And now I'm going to color the edges with my Tattered Rose Distress Ink to help it a little bit blend in more in the background. And it's such a shame I wrote it wrong. But it's fine. I even asked my husband when I was done with this page, what do you think of this page? And he was like, oh yeah, it looks really, really good. And he said, oh, it's so cool that you have these three words in white, because he said now it says happiness remembers light. And he thought that I thought of this, but it was just a happy accident. So he thought it was really cool. So he didn't see the cover up, which is good. I always check with my husband if he sees the cover up. Now I tried to use the butterfly, but it would completely be covered up with the white, and I thought it was just a waste of a butterfly. So I found these buttons, wood buttons from their Lizzy. I believe I got them one from Heba in Happy Meal. So I used those to complete my page after sticking everything down. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for this wonderful year. We would love it if you would participate. Share your project with hashtag Take5Art, and don't forget to send me a link if you made a video so I can add your video to our playlist. I would also love it if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel or even like the video. Don't forget to turn on notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Bye!